Hello.
Hi,
How do you spell your name? How do you say your name?
Kitty and Zazie.
Kissy and Tazi. So good to see you. How are you doing today?
I'm well.
Good. And you're where are you?
I'm in Kenya, but locked down in at the coast.
You're on
And
the
my bu-
coast. What
my
a
business
beautiful.
my business is in Nairobi.
Uh-huh.
But they when they did the lockdown, I was found to be in Kilifi, which is at the coast.
Well, there's worse places to be in the world. You're in one of the most beautiful, period.
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
You have a question for me? Some kind of challenge you want to overcome?
As you talked about reinvesting yourself,
I did.
so uh, I want to bring it to the context of an entrepreneur, like being a founder of a business.
hmm
I always think about this, and I think it will be good to share it out because when you start your business and as an entrepreneur, you start with doing almost everything,
hmm
and as you grow, you get people on board to do specific things that you used to do. So it gets to a point where, as the founder, like a founder's syndrome, where you need to reinvent yourself or do some form of personal development for you to feel more relevant. Because if you were the one doing accounting, somebody else is doing the accounting now. So in my case, I'm at a point where I'm thinking of different things to do to reinvent myself that will still be in line with the kind of business that I'm doing or in line with what I've studied or my career.
Okay, hold
So
on. Time out.
okay.
Share with me your product and service. Who's your customer? How do you make money? 30 seconds. Go.
So I do manufacturing for natural food seasoning products. My target customer is generally the household, targeting women, bachelors, and high school students. I sell to supermarkets mostly on credit basis. Then they pay me once they sell the goods. Mostly we have an agreed credit period of 45 to 60 days.
Mhm.
So it's manufacturing of natural food seasoning out of vegetables and spices.
Natural fruits, natural foods,
Yes, natural food seasoning.
food seasoning.
Food
Got it.
seasoning, yeah, yeah. You just sprinkle it to your food, and your food goes to another level in terms of the taste,
How much are
the
you,
aroma.
how much are you selling? How
Two
many pounds or
two
kilos?
dollars, $2, two
No, no. How
dollars,
many kilos of the seasoning are you selling like a month? Work pre-COVID.
like 5,000 units.
Five
In terms, yeah, 5,000 units
a month.
per month. Yes,
Right. How many supermarkets are you in?
I'm in 120 supermarkets in Kenya.
That's great. Congratulations. Were you participating in one of our were you in We Create at one point?
Yes,
Okay.
2016 we create.
2016. Fantastic. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you. Um,
thank you.
I'm really glad. So this is phenomenal. What's the challenge? What's the challenge? Or you want to reinvent yourself now?
Yeah, I want to reinvent myself
Uh-huh.
to be.
How are you integrated into the marketing and promotion of this product and brand? Like, are you anywhere picture of you or your name or anything associated? What's the name of the product?
Chibundiro.
Is that and that's not your is that your name? That's your name, huh? Last name?
No, no, that's the name of the brand.
Uh-huh. But
The
but
name of,
but so there's no association with the brand to you.
I'm the founder.
No,
I'm
I
the
understand that,
innovator.
but I'm saying the brand, like your picture's not on it. They don't, they don't see your picture and then go, okay, that's the product, right?
No, they don't see my picture.
Uh-huh. So here's an idea. I think
Hmm.
two ideas I'm going to share here. One, perhaps you want to reinvent yourself as the brand. And so that you're now promoting the brand and yourself in the process. So there's a linkage to that, kind of like Richard Branson does, where you could expand product lines through you and your brand. This is one idea, so that you would become more integrated into promoting the product, like the spokesperson for the product as the founder. That's one way to reinvent yourself and still make and work to grow the product sales, right? Maybe you're doing online. I'm moving online now. The second part of this is to do online cooking courses where you're sharing how to use the seasoning and how it improves food, and get testimonials and have other people create their own videos that are showing how they're using the seasoning and the videos to then promote the product. So they become involuntary evangelists in the process. But it's you who's the one who's got the, similar to what we're doing here with me, it's you that's got the relationship. You're the one who has the special knowledge that they're getting access to. And then I'll give you a third one that I'm thinking about. And people love this, and you can charge more: custom seasoning. People may want to say, and then the seasoning gets, the ones that come out on top or get their name on it. It's still your seasoning, but they get something from it. And so people could be sharing their seasoning recipes, and maybe there's a seasoning that you get a hold of that you're like, this is a great seasoning, and I can market this seasoning. But the marketing and the spokesperson would be you. That's the reinvention. Second, and then you would start up some kind of online cooking show that would show how to use the seasoning or different ways to leverage the seasoning and make your food taste better. And then having people post their own videos of how they're using the seasoning, and potentially, fourth, having people present to you new seasonings that you might be able to market and promote. I'll pause there. What are your thoughts? Have you thought about this?
Yeah, so I've thought about this. So currently we do online cooking competitions. We call them cook-off competitions, where somebody has to cook with the product and tell us his or her experience of the cooking.
How many people? How's that going? How many people are participating in those cooking challenges?
Okay, it's normally on the Let's Cook Kenyan Meals Facebook platform.
Mm-hmm.
The platform has got around 1.9 million followers. Mm-hmm. But we can get maybe 30 people to 50 people participating on the challenge. Then after the challenge, like a 1-month challenge, we give prizes to those who have posted the experience with the seasoning.
How long have you been doing this? How long have you been running this challenge?
We do it twice a year at the beginning of.
How long have you been doing it?
It's like it's a 30-day challenge that we started doing like 2 years ago.
So for 2 years.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking of, though, is something that's more regular, more daily. It's more about you. You're doing it instead of the challenge. That's great. Keep that going. Perfect. Expand it. Do more of that, and then do something that's more regular, so it keeps your seasoning in people's minds. Right. That's the key. And so you got to continually be working on getting yourself out there. And so I'm talking about something that is like a regular cooking show. And maybe in the beginning it's daily for a while to get traction and get people excited about this. And then you can move to another, less time potentially. But the challenge is great, and I think that's where you leverage how people are using. So you've already got that going. This is more about reinventing you, which was the start of the conversation, so that you're the one who's front and center. You're the one who is the brand. You're the one who's sharing how to do it on a regular basis, and having guests who are specialists at seasoning come in, whatever they're seasoning. And so does this make sense? Are you understanding?
Yeah, I understand you.
Yeah, do you think this would work?
Yes, it will.
And that would energize you as well, I think. And then I would set up an online bulk component where people can order online, and maybe instead of individual jars, it's a bulk. They get 6, give them away to friends or something. I'm trying to find ways for you to sell online. And so, but number one, the reinvention is you as the brand. and then you doing shows, and then linking that back, and the host. And I'm sure you're the host of the challenge. But thinking about how do you inject yourself into this, and then my guess is that would grow because you're the one who's selling. You're the one who got all those 120. I know how hard you must have worked to get to that, and I want to say congratulations. And those are ShopRite, some of those stores, yeah.
Yes.
Are you doing live in the stores? Do you do kind of cooking and give samples out do you make food with the spice and then give samples out with a toothpick or something? I don't know if we can do that today, but I'm asking.
Yeah, sometimes we do in-store sampling of the product. Like we give them food with the seasoning and food without the seasoning. Then they try and see which is tasty.
Do you see sales spikes when you do that? Do people buy more when you do that?
Yes.
Do more of that. Do more of that. Okay.
But they need a marketing budget. So that because you normally have to get like ladies who can do the sampling. You need to pay them. You need to have a budget for the food.
Bootstrap for life. Have them get paid based upon what sells that day.
Okay.
What they sell, they will earn a percentage of that day.
Okay.
That way, there's nothing out of your pocket, and they're incentivized to sell as well, which will increase sales. That's what you do. That's how you make that happen because Amy, I see Amy, yes?
I am so excited. I could not wait. This is a topic that's dear to my heart when my parents are in the grocery business here in the United States. And when I was just 12, 13, the age that I could do demonstrations in the stores, I got a food handler's license and I went and I did that. And I can tell you that it builds, find someone that you think has tremendous potential because it builds confidence. You're actually not going to overpay, maybe someone older. And it's very difficult to tell a young person no. So there's that. There's people won't.
Wait, Amy. So you're telling stories in here, but I want to make sure I'm getting what you're
the in-store demo. The in-store demo. There's a strategy there by putting a younger person there than maybe an older person because it's difficult to say no to a younger person. Someone young. I was 12, 13 doing that very thing in grocery stores, and I did it every weekend for a very long time, every weekend. And you'd be surprised what people will tell you. I don't like cookies, or I don't like cookies. Who doesn't like cookies? But I get it, right? You would call them crisps or whatever. So the important thing to remember is that consistency when they see you in the store, it's very important. And first, you should also go in and train personally the messaging so that you do it a couple of times and that person can mirror that. But by the end of the day, they will own that message and they'll be their own. And the next time you won't have to go for the setup or the takedown or the anything. They will be able to do it. It's a brilliant, brilliant idea. Keep that up. I just wanted to encourage you in that.
Thank you, Amy. That's really helpful. I mean, I think that obviously that may have changed, and I don't know what the reality of the food sample is and how willing people will be to take those samples now today. So that whole strategy may be not viable in the short term, right? But I do think what Amy's talking about, and it fits into the overall strategy of We Create Kenya and empowering women, is find young women to do that and then empower those. And so now you've got another story behind it. The story behind that is the Padded 2, where you're empowering young women to be their own bosses, to be their own business builders as a result of you giving them the chance to be giving these samples, and that what your training is really on how to be a salesperson, how to be a marketer, how to build relationships with people so that they then end up making a purchase. That's a powerful marketing backstory to this that adds even more value and increases the reinvention of your brand, because now you're a mentor, you're a coach, and you're positioning girls and women to be the best they can be. I'll hit pause now.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think it is what has worked for us, because the nature of our products being my own innovation, somebody has to actually taste it, smell it, so that they can be able to interact with the product. So the in-store sampling is what works for us. What Amy is saying is also good, because we use university ladies who are confident. It's just that it's a good idea if I was able to use young people, but now here it will be termed as child labor.
Well,
But
I was wondering if we were following child labor laws there. And so as young as legally as possible, how about that? And driven. Again, at the last conversation I had with Al, you got to hire on character. So especially if you're going to do it in a way that they're going to get paid based upon performance, you need to verify that they're going to show up, they're dependable, they're, you know, and that they're driven and they see the opportunity. And that it's not just about selling, it's about learning and the opportunity to expand their own experience. That's the kind of character you're looking for in your hires for this particular role. But let's say you can't do that anymore. And I'm sure ShopRite is going to be harder on this, because they'll have a responsibility to some degree of what happens within that store. So I'm going to go back to the way you're going to get people on a larger scale, not just in Kenya, throughout Africa, is to go online and do some kind of cooking interview show. I could see it being something that's a hybrid type of experience for people, but don't lose track of that, because that's your brand reinvention there. And then that will translate to the physical world post COVID-19, where you can actually start doing more things in person in the long run. But it'll allow you to sell online. You may end up getting international customers as well. And so it just expands your opportunity to and reinvent you to go online. It's so good to have you here. Good luck. Let's follow up. I want to see your new show online and see and smell it through the computer screen.
Okay.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
You're an inspiration. Keep going.
Thank you.
You're welcome.